UFC Bet With Me. Millz here, part of Pick Dawgz, and I'm going to be going over this week's UFC card, the last one of the year, headlined by Buckley taking on Covington. We got 13 fights to talk about the picks, the predictions, and the bets. Now over here, let's talk about how we did last week. Last week, on our prediction video, we went 11-3. Can't complain, okay? Alexander Pantoja. Hey, man, I knew that guy was a champion of all time, man. Ain't no way nobody's coming from another organization and gonna challenge the champion and take the belt like that. Brian Battle, it was a war. Some people thought Randy Brown won, but Brian Battle was able to get the win. What about your boy, Eric Anders, getting the job done for us? And what about Duhoi Choi, plus money underdog? All right. Enough with the good. Let's talk about some of the bad. Demba Garimbo, oh my gosh. Max Griffin just didn't show up. And what happened to Cody Durden, man? Plus money underdog just didn't even go out there and fight like an underdog. How'd you guys do last week? Let's go over the fights and the predictions for this week to get you guys paid. Like I said, man, it's the last fight card of the year. So hopefully you guys made a lot of money betting on MMA this week. In this whole year, we got the MMA Mafia. Make money anyway. That's what we're doing over here. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about it, man. The first fight of the night, we got Josephine Knutsson taking on Pierre Rodriguez. Josephine Knutsson, minus 230 on the books. 3-0 in the UFC. Made her UFC debut on the Dana White Contender Series, won by decision. Her next two fights, she also won by decision. Pierre Rodriguez is a girl that's a little bit too short for this division. She's a girl that likes to get the wrestling going, and Josephine Knutsson does struggle with some takedowns, but her striking is top tier. I like Josephine Knutsson in this spot. She's 8-0. I think she's going to be able to extend that win streak all the way up to 12-13-0 before she even faces a defeat. And this is the thing. She's just getting better. She's just improving. And just wait till she puts that finishing touch, that one-touch finishing ability, and knows how to counter their opponents and strike them at the right time. Knockouts. But until then, I think Knutsson's going to win by decision. That's going to be my pick, and that's going to be the prediction. Next fight taking place, we got Davy Grant taking on Ramon Taveras. All right, so let's talk about the betting line on this. Ramon Taveras opened up like a minus 125 favorite. Now it's down to a pick 'em, okay? So that's something that you guys got to keep in mind. And I've been tracking this, you guys, and you know, usually when the underdog closes as a favorite, it's been like a 72% chance that that guy's been winning as of late this year in UFC and MMA. So with that being said, let's talk about it. Ramon Taveras, you really don't know what you're getting too much, okay? Because we only seen him fight twice in the UFC. Beyond that, though, Davy Grant's a veteran that we've seen fight in and out. This is a fight that I'm really not too invested on, if anything. I still think the favorite should be able to get the job done in here. But I do see a lot of people taking Davy Grant. My pick's going to be Ramon Taveras, but this is a fight that I'm not targeting. I'm not trying to bet on. So if you guys got a pick, let me know in the comments below. All right, next fight taking place. We got Miranda Maverick taking on Jamie Lynn Horth. 14-5, Miranda Maverick's taking this fight, you know, on short notice. Well, she's not taking it on short notice. Her opponent is, because it seems like Tracy Cortez was supposed to be taking this fight, and then she pulled out. And then another person pulled out. And then, I mean, when is Miranda Maverick going to get a top 15 opponent so she can really get her name up in the rankings? She's a big favorite in this spot. Jamie Lynn Horth, she's coming off of a fight to where she just fought probably in about 2 months, you know, out there in Canada, I want to say. She was able to get the job done. But in here, man, I like Miranda Maverick. Hence the shirt right here. I think she can get it done inside the distance. My prediction, I'm going to take Miranda Maverick, 3rd round or decision to get it done in this one. All right, next fight taking place, man. We got a banger. This is a good one. Miles Johns taking on Felipe Lima. Miles Johns, he was supposed to be fighting a month and a half ago, and his opponent pulled out. When his opponent pulled out, here comes new opponent and a whole new date. But the guy that they gave him is a dangerous opponent. Felipe Lima made his UFC debut against Muhammad Naimov. He was able to get the win in there. We had to play on him there and there. He's the former Octagon champion in that division. And over here, man, he's going to be giving people problems. Miles Johns is a big underdog. I've been betting on him ever since he's been in the UFC. Only lost with him once. In this one, man, this is one to where, man, I like both these guys, and when this fight got announced, I actually said I was going to stay off of it. I'm like, this is probably the first fight that I'm not going to be betting Miles Johns. Guess what? I was wrong. I'm betting Miles Johns. There's no way I could pass up on this price tag. I've been betting him as a favorite. Minus 140 up to minus 160 at times. You don't think I'm going to take a stab on him as a big underdog? Of course I am, man. I have to. You know, and all that, but he said, Lima, you're going to be good. You're going to win. But just not this time yet, man. We're going to get Miles Johns to go out there and give you a veteran lesson real quick in the UFC. And, you know, you bounce back in the next spot. But I'll be honest with you guys, man. This is going to be a potential fight of the night candidate right here. So let's keep it going. Next fight, man, we got another good one. Woodson taking on Fernando Padilla. Both these guys have frames for this division. That's just crazy. I mean, 6 feet scouring to 6 feet scouring. I mean, Woodson's going to have the height advantage by like a 1 inch or something or a height. Fernando Padilla is just scouring right there with them. Let's talk about the attributes that make these fighters good. Woodson, talented boxer. I mean, he attacks the body. He likes to cover his range and distance. He uses his footwork, too, to move around the cage, okay? He can throw some kicks at time, too. Fernando Padilla is a submission jiu-jitsu specialist who just has to go out there and implement that in more fights. And if he does, I think he'll be able to get the more finishes in some of these fights. Good striking, powerful fighter. Likes to come forward. Keeps his hands high, too, as well. I like both these guys. I like both these fighters. I have the interview out with Fernando Padilla, so I'm a little bit biased on this. And then, you know, I'm cool with Woodson as well, man. I already got myself into something already that I shouldn't have commenting on a post in the pick. So I'm going to just stay off this one and in respect to both fighters. But yeah, I say fight goes the distance in this one. I can't stay off it, man. I can't stay off it, man. I'm here to get picks, man, and I'm here to get bets. So I think Woodson's still going to be able to win, man. Yeah, I do. I think that he could just put up a game plan and not stay in the range of Fernando Padilla and just kind of skate around, pop that jab, and skate around and win by decision, man. So the pick's going to be Woodson wins by decision. Next fight taking place. Joel Alvarez taking on Klose. Joel Alvarez is a big favorite in here. I mean, he's one of the better fighters, dark horses in this division. He only has losses to the better fighters in this division when he stepped up on a high expectancy. And this isn't that. Klose, he's been kind of fought in the who's who, but he ain't really a bad fighter. I do think the line is off. Joel Alvarez should be maybe minus 240 favorite, minus 260. No way minus 400 favorite. Klose can keep it clinched in, use the boxing, and he can implement takedowns. Joel Alvarez is bad with takedowns. If he gets put down on his back, hey, man, he might not be able to get up. But this is the reason why I like that. Because Joel Alvarez is dangerous from his back. He can submit you. So even if he's down there, I think he's still dangerous as well. And his striking's getting better as well. I'm taking Joel Alvarez in this spot. Next fight taking place, we got Michael Johnson taking on Azaitar. Man, Michael Johnson's been fighting for over a decade now, man. 2-3 in his last 5 fights in the UFC. Azaitar, we haven't even seen this guy fight forever, man. Like, I swear he fights like one every leap year or something, man. But let's talk about it, though. The favorite is Michael Johnson at a minus 180. There's no way I can lay that price tag on Michael Johnson. He's always a chinny fighter, and his fight IQ's not there. Man, whenever he's doing good until he's not and gets knocked out. He's winning against Josh Emmett, then he gets knocked out. He's winning against Thiago Moses, then the guy rolls on the ground and taps him out. It's just the method of victory, man. Like, it's just, he's winning until he's not. And here in this spot, I do think Michael Johnson wins, but there's no way I can bet him at a minus 180. He's up to a minus 200 right now. I'm going to be playing fight, not go the distance in this one. I'm going to go with the better fighter in this one. Michael Johnson to get it done. All right, next fight taking place. Navajo Stirling taking on Tokkos. Navajo Stirling made his UFC debut on the Dana White Contender Series. City kickboxing prodigy, talented striker, likes to put people out, okay, on the feet. Tokkos is a guy that nobody is really going to the bet to even make a real claim as a good underdog to bet on. He's kind of a guy that just gets feed to the wolves to get a win against. Being honest with you guys, it's another one I'm not invested in highly at all. Navajo Stirling, a guy that only has one fight in the Dana White Contender Series, a minus 500 favorite. No, sir, not me. I'm not going to the window and parlaying him and telling you guys that this is the most confident pick. But I do like this fight to go under, okay? So I will be looking at the under in this fight, maybe under 2.5 for sure. And Navajo Stirling to win by KO round 2. All right, next fight taking place. We got a banger, man. This is a good one, man. We got Daniel Marcos taking on Adrian Yanez, man. Adrian Yanez is the underdog in this one. This is the first time he's been the underdog in the UFC his whole fight career. And the reason why is because he's coming off with 2 losses. Loss against Rob Font, a loss against Jonathan Martinez. Those were 2 big step-ups in competitions, okay? Now, he's got another step-up in competition in Daniel Marcos, an undefeated fighter who has good fight IQ and controls the whole center of the cage and everything. Those leg kicks, attacks the body, and he likes to counter and keeps his guard high up. I'm a big fan of Adrian Yanez. He's one of my guys over here, man. I'm not betting on him. I got interviews out with him and stuff. And, you know, I do have a rule. And I got to stay true to it, man. And, yeah, it's stick to your guys, stick to your gut, and stick to your guns. And I have a rule. You know, if you lose from me once, whatever. You lose from me twice, okay. I'm going to think about betting on you the 3rd time. And so it's hard for me to get to the window on this one because of the matchup-wise, okay? Yes, I think Daniel Marcos wins in this one, man. I think that he's going to have just a little bit more striking. Adrian Yanez is a counter puncher, okay? A counter striker. He's waiting till you throw, then he's going to throw one back. You can't always do that with Daniel Marcos, man, because he's going to be throwing volume from each and every angle. He's going to be hitting you low. He's going to be hitting you high. He's going to attack the body. He's going to attack your legs. Everything, man. Knees, strikes, elbows. Let's see. Another one, I just want to stay off this fight, you know. But the pick, I think Daniel Marcos gets it done. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Adrian Yanez wins. If you guys are looking for a good underdog on this card, so this is the thing. I got to let you guys know, all right? Just like last week. It was some good favorites on there that I gave you guys. Hey, the pick is the favorite, but I'm going to be betting on this underdog a little bit. You know, one was the Malvazar Avalov. I picked Avalov, but I was like, man, I just got to take a shot on Stirling. You guys seen how close that fight was, especially in that 3rd round. Another one was the Shavkat Ian Gary. You guys seen Ian Gary almost subbed out Shavkat, and almost beat him, but didn't get on the scorecard. So it's just some of those spots are like that. So if you guys are looking for a good underdog, okay, all right, I'm gonna tell you guys like this: the best 2 underdogs on this card is Adrian Yanez, is Miles Johns. Do what you want with him. All right, next fight taking place. But the pick, you already know the pick. I already said. Next fight taking place, we got Dustin Jacobe taking on Victor Petrino. All right, Victor Petrino dropped the ball in his last fight out against Anthony Smith. He was a big favorite and he got subbed out. Now he's another big favorite, taking on Dustin Jacobe, who came up short in his last stand out against Dominic Reyes. Okay, before that though, he's been win-loss. The line is off in there, man. I think Dustin Jacobe's a little bit better than what this line implements. The price is not right, but Victor Petrino is the more talented fighter. He has so many takedowns that he mixes in. Over 14 takedowns within his last 3 fights. His KO power is not really there. Kind of like a statue when he's standing out there. The thing is this, though, man. Dustin Jacobe is a talented kickboxer. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I can see Dustin Jacobe lighten up Victor Petrino on the feet if Victor Petrino don't go for the takedowns. So is the fight IQ of Victor Petrino going to be there in this one? I don't know, man. I'm going to just be honest with you guys again, man. I like Victor Petrino too. I was making money with him. Consistently. Made money with him 4 times. Played him straight on some, and parlayed him. But the talent and what I've seen, man, I think... Oh, man. What am I lying for? F it, man. If I'm feeling it, I'm saying it, man. I think Dustin Jacobe wins this fight, man. I just do. I think Dustin Jacobe is a talented fighter, and his striking is there, man. The only thing is if he can get his game plan going and shut down Victor Petrino's, man. Oh, man. Give me Dustin Jacobe in this one, man. I think that line is off, and I just think that the levels of these fighters is not too far off to have a 3-1 favorite. But oh man, yeah, am I going with the dog? Nah, man, I ain't going with the dog, man. I'm sorry, folks. Give me Victor Petrino, man. I had to sit back and think real quick. Victor Petrino only lost once against Anthony Smith, and in that fight, he just did a dumb move. It wasn't like he was getting beat up. He went for a takedown, and he left his neck there, and he just got subbed, okay? Just like that, all right? So, can Dustin Jacobe do that? I don't know. Man, stay off this fight, you guys. Stay off this fight. the pick is going to be, man, the pick is going to be Petrino, man. I just went back and forth with that one, so you guys got to really help me out on that one, man. All right, next fight taking place. We got Kape taking on Bruno Silva. Kape, a.k.a. Starboy, coming off a fight against Muhammad Mokaev, which he lost. Didn't look good and didn't do anything. Bruno Silva is coming off a fight against Cody Durden in a fight that he won. Won by KO in a fight that he was losing. Look good in. Bruno Silva's been training with everybody. Been with the Henry Cejudos. Now he's at American Top Team. Kape is a talented fighter coming from the Rising promotion. Over here in the UFC, the people that he got wins over, to me, don't impress me. The people that he lost to, though, are like, all right, well, if you lost to Muhammad Mokaev, Matthias Nicholas, and Alexander Pantoja, okay, and then you got wins over Odie Osborne, you know, Zamla Zagulov, and, you know, stuff like that. It's not really shaping up for me, but I do think in here, man, Kape is a powerful striker, counter striker, too. I think Kape should be able to get the job done. I don't agree with this price tag. I think it feels like minus 220, minus 240, a lot better. But we did do a parlay on my podcast with this one, so we did take Kape and Miranda Maverick as our two-leg. But yeah, man, Bruno Silva, he's a good fighter as well. But this is the thing, he leaves his chin out there to be hit, and Kape, man, he might be looking for that knockout right now. Because if he gets this win, who knows, man. The way that division is, man, Alexander Pantoja needs an opponent quick. All right, next fight taking place. Co-main event time. Before we do that, if you guys are watching this video right now, do something for me one time. Smash the like button for me. And hit up the comments for me, man. Let me know what was your guys' best bet in UFC all year. And then, let me know what was your guys' worst bet in UFC all year. All right, let's go. Swanson going to be taking on Billy Quarantillo. Billy Quarantillo is minus 160 on the books. Swanson is the underdog in this spot. Billy Q is coming off of a loss. A loss in which, I don't know, man. He didn't look good in at all. But when he did look good, was at that, what was it? UFC, what, 292 or something? I don't remember the one, but it was when he fought Alex Hernandez. I was there live at the spot, had to play on Billy Q. He lost the first round, came back and finished Alex Hernandez. Ever since then, you know, I always got a little spot for Billy Q in my heart, man. We was live in the building, cashing on video and everything, man. And the moment was just, what a time to be alive. You want to know something? Billy Q fought on that card. Joaquin Buckley also fought on that card. Guess who's fighting on this card? Billy Q and Joaquin Buckley. Swanson's an older fighter that really didn't have too many good looks in his last couple of fights out, okay? He got the win over Hakeem Dawood in a fight to where everybody know that he lost, but they gave it to him. And then on top of that, man, he's a guy right now, you know, he got some up-and-coming fighters that he's a little bit promoting over there at Bloodline and stuff like that. So I think he's taking a little bit more scenes into the management, coaching, and all that, you know. But the fighting, he's always going to be a fighter, man. If you're a fighter once, you're going to fight all the time. In here, I do think Billy Q should be able to get the win. Swanson is not the more aggressive fighter that's really going out there for finish. Billy Q knows right now, man, if I take a loss right now, I might get cut. So with that being said, I look for Billy Q to be a little bit more sharper, a little bit more faster, and we get that old Billy Q performance from like 3-4 years ago with that volume, where he was just putting up volume and volume and volume. So let's go ahead, man. Billy Q wins by decision. Let's get it. Main event time. Joaquin Buckley taking on Colby Covington. All right, man. Joaquin Buckley minus 260 on the books. And man, he's 5-0 in the division. Colby Covington, he's just been sitting back on the sidelines. But Colby Covington is one of the better fighters in the division. I made a lot of money on Colby Covington. I'm a fan of his fight game. You know, I don't care what he do outside and out the cage. I'm a fan of his fight game. I like the way that he implements his wrestling. I like the cardio and the pace that he pushes out there, okay? This is the thing, though, man. His striking leaves you more to be desired. And Joaquin Buckley, he's going to go out there. He's going to box with you. He's going to mix in the takedowns. He's going to move his feet work out there, man. He has power in his hands, too. But this is the thing. We don't know how he's going to look after that third round. Never been to the 4th or 5th round yet in the UFC. We've seen Colby Covington time in and time out in those 4th or 5th rounds. And that's when the fights turn around to where he could be getting whooped in the early rounds. And then, you know, he starts turning around in those later fights in here, man. Looking at the line, don't agree with the line, minus 260, a little bit too high. Should be maybe minus 2-1 favorite. Okay, minus 2-1 favorite, minus 200 on here. I do like Joaquin Buckley in this spot, and I won't be surprised if he loses though, man. Colby Covington is a good fighter, and sometimes people like throw that out the window just because of everything that he does outside of the cage and all the drama and the antics and stuff. But I don't, man. I never let that cloud my judgment, man. I think he's a good fighter, and I think he has a shot to win in this fight. But my pick's gonna be Joaquin Buckley inside the distance. He's just on a warpath right now. 3 KOs in his last 5 fights too, as well. Been able to win inside the distance. And he's went to the decision 3 rounds with multiple fighters to show, hey, I could do that too. The picks: Joaquin Buckley. Who you guys got? Colby Covington or Joaquin Buckley? Let me know in the comments below. All right, man. Let's give you guys a parlay to get paid, man. Give you guys something at least. I'm going to just give you guys the most confident thing that just came out my lips to where I didn't hesitate or debate. I'm taking Josephine Knutsson for sure. That's one leg right there. And then my second leg. What didn't I go back on for with anything? Joel Alvarez. And then... oh, man. All right, let's do a good one for you guys, man. Let's do a good one for you guys, man. It's the last one of the year, and let's get you guys a lot of money here. We're taking Josephine Knutsson. That's leg number 1. We're taking Miranda Maverick. That's leg number 2. We're taking Joel Alvarez. That's leg number 3. We're taking, oh gosh, Joaquin. No, we're not waiting for the main event to cash, folks. All right, man. Let's go ahead and take Daniel Marcos. Yeah. All right. Parlay all 4 of those. Okay. Knutsson, Miranda Maverick, Marcos, and Alvarez. Meet me at the window and let's get paid. UFC bet with me. See you guys next year. Hit the like, hit the subscribe so you know when the Pick Dawgz go live.